Let's get serious. Habaki!
What's going on, everybody? NutsLoverXOX here, and welcome to another Advanced Warfare video I got for you guys today. Don't know what it'll be because I don't know how long this is gonna be, so I don't know what gameplays to put up. So that'll come back later. Whatever it is, it'll be excellent. But this is a very important video because after 2 months of complaining, Sledgehammer has finally come out and given us statements on the skill-based matchmaking and reverse boosting. Now, I'm going to break this down and tell you why everything that Sledgehammer has said in this is complete and total garbage, and that they are lying to us now. Much like Bungie has been lying to us about the DLC not being on the disc, with the Dark Below DLC and the House of Wolves DLC already being on the disc. Sledgehammer is basically flat out lying to us in a lot of ways. I'll put the link to the full thing in the description, but I want to read you off sections of it and pick it apart. He basically starts out by saying he's thankful to the passionate fans of Call of Duty, blah blah blah, sucking up to people, and that they're committed to making the game better, and you know, the developer garbage that Activision probably said you have to say this in order to make your fans happy or whatever. And then he comes out and says, and I quote, where is it? Sorry. First, and I can't stress this enough, player connection to the host always takes priority over skill in the matchmaking process. Always, no exceptions. Fast connection to a match hosted on our global dedicated servers is the most important component of our matchmaking system. What? Do you think we're fucking stupid? First of all, I can tell you from empirical evidence, from the videos that I've put up on my channel, and from the videos that countless others have put up on their channel, there's no goddamn way in hell you're trying to pair me with people that are, and I quote, where is it? Speed and connection is always our first priority. The system is designed to put you with the best match, with balanced teams comprised of players with varying skill from your geographic region. Okay, then why do I get put into games with 3 bar, 2 bar, and 1 bar all day for 4 hours straight against people who live in Mexico, Canada, France, England, Spain, and Germany all the time? I barely ever get put into people who even live in America. 90% of the people in my lobbies don't even speak English and are in Mexico. Okay? So there's your geographic region gone. Your argument is gone there. Trying to tell me that you're basing me based upon players with greater or lower skill is bullshit. I can probably count 3 or 4 times I've ever been in a game with someone who isn't either 1 prestige above or 1 prestige below me. It doesn't happen. Or the same prestige as me, or a ridiculous prestige amount above me. It doesn't happen. You don't get paired with people who are noobs. It never happens. So, saying that skill-based matchmaking isn't there and that connection takes priority is garbage. Because, as other people have shown, and I have shown myself, I will get onto my second account. I need to make a video on this so I can prove it to you guys. I get on my second account, which is level 1. No prestige, no stats, no nothing. And I get on it, and guess who I get paired with? No prestiges, level 6s, level 3s, level 1s. And you're telling me connection takes priority. Because you're lying to me if you're telling me that connection takes priority, because there's no way. Because I can show you with evidence that I have that it most definitely does not take priority. You are lying to me. You have no evidence to back your claims up, and I have evidence to back my claims up. So you show me some evidence that shows that connection takes priority, and then we'll talk. Alright? Okay. So there's the skill-based matchmaking out of the way. They're basically lying to us and saying that connection takes priority, and it's total garbage. He goes on to say, It's more about skill-based matchmaking, blah 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 blah. He also says, in short, and I quote, in short, almost universally, kill-death ratios are up and people are playing longer. My kill-death ratio in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is, I think, a 2.3. My kill-death ratio in Ghosts is at least a 1.8 or 1.9. My kill-death ratio in Modern Warfare 2 and 3 are at least 2.7s. My KDR in Advanced Warfare is a 1.3 on a good day. I think it's a 1.14, actually, to be honest with you. Kill-death ratios are up? No, they're not. Sorry. Countless other YouTubers are having the same problems. It's hard to keep a high KD in this game. Even T. Martin has said it. T. Martin, the baby boy of Call of Duty, has said it's hard to keep a high KD in this game. So you can't come out here and say that. You can't come out here and say that kill-death ratios are up. People are playing longer. You're hiding the goddamn player count. We can't prove or disprove whether people are playing longer or playing at all because you're hiding the goddamn player count. We can't even see who's playing. Can't even see how many people are online at a time in a game. Because you're hiding that from us. And the only reason that you would be hiding that from us is if you have something to hide. Ergo, you didn't sell many goddamn copies of the game. Or nobody's playing your game. You can't come out here and say that. You just can't do that. Like, whatever. Anyway, moving on from that. He says kill-death ratios are up. And then he talks about the fringe cases of people being matched in another country. If you want me to, Sledgehammer, I will make videos hours long, 4.5 hours long, of me doing an entire play session and every lobby going in and looking at the location of people in those lobbies. 90% of them are from Mexico. The other 10% are either from Canada or Europe. So you telling me that I'm getting paired with people who are local to me is garbage. It's garbage. Because it can't be that I'm getting paired with people who are local to me if they speak Spanish. And their location says that they are in Mexico. Okay? Mexico and Colorado are very different fucking places, my friend. Very different places. And then he goes on to say that the fringe cases of people being matched up with people in another country comes down to the pool of players online and which modes are being played at a point in time. So you're basically saying that there's not enough people online for you to pair you with someone who's local to you because no one's playing your game, which avoids your other argument that you just said earlier about you having people that are playing longer and playing more. That just voids that argument entirely. And he goes on to talk about double XP events that no one cares about. He talks about, you know, them changing the speed and direction. I would also like to go back. The first thing that he said when he talked about fast connection to a match hosted on our global dedicated servers. You just used the word dedicated servers? Wait, what? Dedicated What? As I recall, we've been bitching about about not having dedicated servers for months now. What, you suddenly put dedicated servers up? When did that happen? Because I still get host migrations. And that should not be possible on dedicated servers. If host migrations are still happening, dedicated servers are not there. So you can't come out and use the word dedicated servers unless you actually have dedicated servers. And we know Activision will not provide them for you because they're cheap. They're a cheap company, Activision, let's be honest. No slandering against Activision, but we know that they're not going to fork over the money for the dedicated servers. It's not going to happen. So unless you have put the money forth yourself, Sledgehammer, to put up the dedicated servers for this game, you don't have dedicated servers. Sorry, you just don't. I would love to see your dedicated servers. That's what I'd love to see because I don't see them. And then they go to talk about updating improvements, blah 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 blah. And that's basically what they talk about skill-based matchmaking in a nutshell. Then they go about their banning policy. And they're talking about reverse boosting. I already made a video on this. I will link it down in the description below if you want to hear more about reverse boosting and what I think about it. And he talks about excessive suicides, a lot of frustration. He's been randomly matched with players. He's, talking about his own experiences, and he says it's incredibly frustrating to lose, based largely on my team being down a contributing teammate. We've had a lot of players bring up the same concern about playing in matches with these players. No one wants to lose an objective based on their effectively being outnumbered by their teammates shoot grenade their forehead 100 times in a row. Hurts the online experience. And then he goes on to say, Call of Duty is both a social and competitive, and we respect the honor in that. Part of the competition that is the core of our values is that the players do not adversely degrade their team's ability to compete fairly. So basically what that means is, because they said the word our values, that means they're talking about themselves, Sledgehammer as a company. They're not talking about us as a community. They're not including us, the community members, into that group. They're talking about us, Sledgehammer, the community game developers. Alright? Their vision, as they said here, is competition and competing fairly. Let's go back to 2007, okay? Call of Duty 4. My personal experience and the general consensus of why Call of Duty has been so successful, why Call of Duty is so different from games like Halo and Battlefield, is because it is a casual shooter. It has always been a casual shooter, ever since Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty 4, through Ghosts, it has been, at its core, a casual shooter that anyone can pick up and play and not have to try very hard and not have to compete and not have to be a sweaty Bal 27 using tryhard. If you want to try hard, that's great. That's more power to you. But if you don't want to, you could still compete and do well. You could still have a good time, not trying hard and not trying to compete for this glorious victory. Excuse me, Sledgehammer, we're not MLG. Stop trying to think that Call of Duty is an MLG game. We're not League of Legends, we're not MLG. Alright? Call of Duty is a casual game. I almost said it was a competitive game. It's a casual game. And if you want to take Call of Duty down a different path and make it a competitive game, that's fine. You're going to lose a shit ton of your fan base that made Call of Duty what it is, and you're going to kill the series. But if that's what you want to do, then go ahead and do it. So talking about reverse boosting, like it's some kind of adverse thing to the game, it's ridiculous, because I should be able to play the game however I want to play. If I want to sit in a corner and kill myself for no reason other than to entertain myself, not even for reverse boosting purposes to get around your stupid skill-based matchmaking system, I should be able to do that. I should be able to play the game however I want to play the game. If I want to run around with dual SMGs and not play the objective in any way, shape, or form, what, are you going to start banning people for not playing the objective soon? Is that what you're going to do? Are you going to say, oh, well, he wasn't contributing to his team? It's effectively the same thing as reverse boosting, because he's just getting kills. He's not effectively contributing to the team. Ban. Ban. Are you serious? Is that what you're going to start doing now? I'm not saying that that's what they're doing right now, because it's definitely not. But the point is, you can't say that you understand or you know what we want. You are the ultimate deciding power of understanding. We don't want competitive games. We don't want that. Yeah, it's fun to compete sometimes. Not every time. Sometimes I just want to come home and relax. Not take it so seriously. You know? Some of the most fun things I ever did in Black Ops 2 was put on a 5.7 pistol and just pistol the whole goddamn time. Can you do that in Advanced Warfare? No. You're gonna get shredded. Anyway, back to the article here. I'm getting a little bit off topic. He talks about how Call of Duty is a social and competitive experience, which is garbage. And then he talks about how it's not dissimilar from the bans cheaters and boosters receive, and have increased our focus on reverse booster banning to combat the growing issue. As I've said before in my other video, it's not going to get rid of the issue. If people want to reverse boost, they're going to reverse boost. Again, if people, they're going to find a new way to do it. It's like developers on, it's like Bungie, right? They're trying to fix these cheeses for the Crota raid, right? They're trying to fix the cheeses for the Vault of Glass. You can't. There's always another way to circumvent what you've done. And, you know, a perfect example in the Vault of Glass is the Oracle cheese and the Templar cheese. Yeah, we don't need to push the Templar off with solar grenades anymore. We'll just camp at the top where he can't shoot us. You know, we don't need the lamp to explode in the Crota's End raid. We can just jump up there. It's like you're trying to circumvent. You're trying to fix something, but we're going to circumvent it anyway. If you're going to start banning people for reverse boosting, we're going to find another way to reverse boost. And then when you start banning people for that, we're going to start reverse boosting in a different way. You can't stop it. You can't. Everybody will find a way to circumvent what you have done. Every time. And then he goes on to say, no one is trying to restrict the fun factor of playing Advanced Warfare with this policy. Bullshit. Because the fun factor isn't there unless we're able to play noobs. Sorry. That's what Call of Duty is about. Nor are we actively banning against particular styles of play like trick shots. That's the first thing I've read that I've actually been happy about, because there's been a rumor in the community lately that, and I actually had made a video about it, but I deleted it because this turns out to not be true. But I heard somewhere that Sledgehammer was banning people for trick shotting, and I was like, oh my god, they lost their damn mind. But they have, they did say that they're not banning people for trick shotting or particular styles of play, so that's good. And then he goes on to say that we have a low tolerance for people who ruin the experience of others through cheating, boosting, reverse boosting, or being caught with toxic emblems in the game. We don't like seeing any of these happening, and we're punishing these to eliminate the behaviors from the game. Or we're pushing to eliminate these behaviors from the game. You're not going to eliminate these behaviors from the game. It's not going to happen. You're not going to eliminate these. It just isn't happening. If people want to do something bad enough, they're going to do it. They're going to find a way to do it. As a perfect example I gave from my reverse boosting video. If you want to reverse boost, fine. I won't sit in the corner and throw grenades at myself anymore. I'll pretend to hop on flags. I'll pretend to shoot someone in the face. I'll pretend to do something. But at the end of the day, I'm going to try to get killed as many times as I can in that domination game. Is that equivocal to reverse boosting? What happens if I actually am that bad and I end up going 0-57, right? And I'm actually trying. I've seen it happen. You can start banning people for being that bad. You can start banning people for being terrible at the game. Is that what you're going to do, Sledgehammer? You can start banning people for being bad at the game? Because if that's the route you want to take, Call of Duty is not for me. Especially not your Call of Duty. And then he goes on to talk about Advanced Warfare and his 200+ strong team of members and developers that play Advanced Warfare, and they're committed to the best experience for the remainder of 2015 and beyond. Blah 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 blah. Personal journey for us. Blah 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 blah. Don't agree. Talk to Glenn Schofield. and that's it. And I don't know what to say at this point. Like at the end of the day, I can't even. I'm still not gonna play Advanced Warfare. You know, I unfortunately bought the season pass. I have it. It comes out on Tuesday. I'll probably get on private match and check the maps out, I guess. I'm not excited for your Exo Zombies. I don't give a shit about your Exo Zombies. I don't care. I don't care about your DLC. I don't care about your Exo Zombies. I don't care. And 90% of the community doesn't care either. It's like Soldier. I'll link his video or his channel down in the description below. And he used the analogy for the DLC gun. I'll use the same analogy for the DLC. It's like if you buy a car, right? And Advanced Warfare is this car in this analogy. So you buy a car, and you start it up, and you drive away, and the engine is just shot. The engine doesn't work, and you can't even drive like 5 feet without it breaking down. You gotta fix it and shit. And so you bring it back to the dealer, and you're like, hey, bro, what's up? Why what's wrong with my engine? And he's like, oh yeah, that's some shitty luck, bro. Yeah, I see that engine is fucked up. But do you want some new rims for your car? I got some new, right? I don't want your rims. I don't want your paint. I don't want your body mods and your spoiler and all that shit. If the car doesn't work, that's the same thing here. I don't want your DLC. I don't want your Exo Zombies. I don't want your guns. The game doesn't work. The game is unplayable. It's one of the worst Call of Duties I've ever played in my life. You can't have a good time if you can't play the way you want to play, and you can't play the way you want to play because Sledgehammer's banning people for playing the way they want to play for reverse boosting to circumvent your stupid skill-based matchmaking system that you G. I'm sorry, but it's just not for me. It's just not for me, and I don't think it is for the majority of YouTube and the majority of your Call of Duty fan base. And we would be able to prove that if you would stop hiding the player count from us, because if the player count was there, we would notice how little people there actually are playing your game, and people would start to raise shit. So that's really all I want to talk about. If you guys have any comments, be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.